You don't overspend. You buy safety with your money. Let's be honest, you probably already know you spend too much sometimes, maybe on food delivery, maybe on gear you don't use, maybe on comfort buys that make no sense 2 days later. Most financial advice treats overspending like a discipline issue. Stick to a budget, cut expenses, track every cent, and while all of that might be technically helpful, it misses the point entirely. Because for most people, money doesn't just buy things, it buys a feeling. And when your life feels overwhelming, unpredictable, or out of control, those feelings become priceless. So of course you spend, even if you're trying to save, even if you know better, even if you made a plan that morning. Because in that split second, your nervous system isn't asking, is this smart? It's asking, do I feel okay right now? You created certainty, you solved discomfort, you felt in control of something when everything else felt loose. See, money isn't just a resource, it's a proxy for safety, especially for people who never felt emotionally safe growing up. If you've ever lived in chaos or scarcity or felt like things could fall apart at any moment, you probably developed this quiet rule. If I can buy something, I can fix how I feel. The problem isn't that this strategy is irrational. The problem is that it became automatic. Not because you want stuff, but because you want a sense of control. That's not overspending, that's emotional regulation with a price tag. And if we don't understand that, we'll keep treating financial habits like math problems when, really, they're emotional safety systems we've never rewired. For a lot of people, the connection between money and safety doesn't start in adulthood. It starts in childhood, when things were uncertain, when money caused stress, when you could feel the tension rise every time a bill came in or something broke. And your body stored all of that. So fast forward to adulthood, and of course you're going to use money as your safety valve. Of course buying something feels like regaining control, because your brain is still reacting to old programming, not your current reality. And money, it's the fastest, easiest shortcut. When you swipe the card, it's not about the product, it's about the pause, the 2 seconds where you feel in control. That's not financial mismanagement, that's emotional survival. If your nervous system is trained to seek safety through spending, no budget will fix that. You can set the best intentions, you can track every cent, but, the moment your emotional state drops, the moment you feel unseen, stressed, under pressure, your body goes into protection mode. And unless that loop gets recognized for what it is, not laziness, not stupidity, but survival, it never gets addressed. You're not the problem. The wiring is the problem. Now let's talk about what that rewiring actually looks like, and how to start creating emotional safety that doesn't come with a purchase confirmation email. And what to do instead. Because even when you know your spending is emotional, it doesn't just go away. Awareness is the start, but rewiring happens through action. And it begins by noticing the moment before the swipe. That split second when something feels off. Maybe you're anxious, maybe you're drained, or maybe you just feel a little out of control, and your brain reaches for relief. Because what you're actually craving isn't the item. it's a shift in how you feel. So the work isn't to resist spending with force. The work is to start giving your body other ways to feel safe. And here's where this gets subtle. Safety doesn't mean feeling great, it just means feeling in control of the moment. Sometimes it's as simple as naming the feeling, like I'm overwhelmed and I want this to make me feel better. That sentence alone is powerful, honestly, because it pulls the urge out of autopilot and gives you space to choose something else. Other times, it's about interrupting the script. Change the room, take a walk, call someone, write out what you think the purchase will solve and ask if there's another way to meet that need. Because, often the thing we're about to buy isn't even the right fix. We're trying to solve loneliness with a new outfit. We're trying to solve burnout with takeout. And honestly, we're trying to solve lack of control with online shopping. But you can. This isn't about deprivation, it's really about options. It's about showing your nervous system that, hey, there are more ways to feel okay than just clicking buy now. And that might mean building small practices that, honestly, can feel kind of boring at first, like breathing when the panic hits, or moving your body when you feel numb, even just texting someone when you want to isolate and scroll. And over time, that pause, the one that used to end in a purchase, now starts to feel, less intense. The need to fix yourself with a transaction softens, and what you're left with is choice. Not discipline, not restriction, just a little more space between the trigger and the response. So here's where this becomes real, because once you understand that spending is often a safety behavior, not really a financial decision, things start to make a lot more sense. You can start rebuilding how money actually shows up in your life, not as a way to soothe panic, but, as a way to support calm. That shift changes everything. Because now, money isn't about reacting, it's about resourcing. You start asking different questions. Not can I afford this, but what am I actually trying to fix right now? Not do I deserve this treat, but would I still want this if I already felt okay? Because conscious spending isn't about restriction, it's about alignment. So, you begin to spend on what actually supports your real life. Not the version of you who's, exhausted, overstimulated, and just looking for an escape, but the version of you who's stable, grounded, and really knows what actually helps. You start budgeting for peace, not perfection. That might mean, say, paying for a cleaner instead of buying more clothes. Or maybe it means canceling apps you never use so you can buy one thing that actually improves your daily life. It might even mean finally investing in therapy, coaching, or a support system, instead of chasing another dopamine hit you regret by morning. This is the quiet part of money work no one glamorizes. It doesn't go viral, it doesn't feel sexy, but honestly, it builds peace. And peace is expensive when you try to buy it the wrong way. But when you build it from the inside, slowly, honestly, with real safety behind it, it stops being something you chase. It becomes something you carry. That's when the urge to overspend fades. Not because you forced it, but because it's not needed anymore. You don't have to buy your way out of discomfort. You know how to hold it. You don't have to prove you're okay. You are okay. If this gave you something to think about, hit the like button. It helps more people see it. And if you want more real, smart, no-fluff videos like this, go ahead and subscribe for new uploads every week. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It's not medical, financial, legal, or lifestyle advice. Always talk to a qualified professional before making changes to your health, finances, or routines. Do your own research before acting on anything in this video. What you're hearing is based on public research and ideas available at the time of publication, and it may change as the world